I want to talk quickly about consistency. Now, some of my clients joke with me that that's my favorite word, and yeah, it kind of is, because it's very important when it comes to nutrition. Far too often what I see is individuals will have days where they eat 1,000 calories and then days where they eat 4,000 calories. Now, it might not be that big of a discrepancy, but they're really inconsistent from the day to day. And a lot of times that's because of this mentality of feeling like you have to be good, right? And so on one day they try to be as good as possible with food, and then the next day they're like, whatever. We don't want that mentality. We want you to be able to do something that helps you to be consistent every single day. That's a big reason why I really don't like fad diets, right? I talk about that all the time. You could just add that to the list. But it's because fad diets encourage things like that. They encourage you to be really, really strict, and then maybe you can have a cheat day. Or they say, just do this fad diet for 3 months and then you can go back to normal life. But it really encourages the inconsistency. So we really want you to be consistent. I'm going to show you a body composition real quick of an individual who, when she started being consistent, we saw a big change in her body composition numbers. So this is the body composition of an individual who did almost exactly what I just described. She was eating really low calories one day, really high calories the next day. She was sort of all over the place. Her exercise was also very inconsistent, and part of that is because she felt like she had to be good, right? So one week she'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And she would exercise maybe 4 or 5 times that week and try to be like really good with food. And then the next week she'd be like, kind of tired of that. And things would sort of not be like that. And maybe she would exercise once that week and then she'd eat out a bunch more or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with eating out, it was just higher calories. So very inconsistent. Part of the reason is because she was trying to make herself do things that just weren't normal for her day to day. So what we did is said, what can you do with food and exercise that will help you to be consistent? And her answer was, realistically, I can get to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. I said, great. Try to do that every week and be consistent with that 2 or 3 times instead of going 5 times a week 1 week and then not going for 3 weeks, right? Same thing with food. I said, what do we need to incorporate that's going to help you be consistent with food? And one of the big things that she would try to do when she was trying to be good is eat salad for lunch or eat really low carb or something like that. And so we said, well, don't do that. What would you prefer to have for lunch? And for this particular individual, it happened to be a sandwich. She was like, you know what, I would really love a sandwich and maybe a bag of chips sometimes, or a sandwich and a side salad or something like that. I said, great. Let's do that, right? So we created some of these food behaviors that are going to be something that she can stick with more consistently. Take a look at her body composition results. Just in doing this for a short period of time, we're able to see a huge improvement in muscle mass and fat mass, all from just changing things to being more consistent. So in case I haven't said this word enough in this video, I want you to try to be consistent. Set goals for yourself for both nutrition and exercise that you can stick to every single day, as opposed to bouncing back and forth and trying to be good and then having a cheat day and all of these things. And ask yourself realistically what that's going to be. Maybe for you, that's exercising once a week. Maybe for you, that's not even doing, we'll say, formal exercise. Walking is, of course, exercise, but I'm saying going to a gym or something. Maybe for you, that's just walking at lunch or walking your dog. If that's going to be the thing that's consistent, stick with that. With food, figure out the things that you actually like. If you like having, a bagel for breakfast, great. Add some protein to that. Make a bagel sandwich or have a bagel with yogurt. Don't tell yourself that the only good breakfast is a yogurt with granola or oatmeal or something like that. So you see what I'm getting at here? We want to do things that are going to help you to be consistent. Try it. I bet it'll help. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.